Beloved child of the divine light, I am Archangel Michael, and I come to you in this sacred moment with messages that your soul has been waiting to hear. I stand before you now, not as a distant celestial being, but as your protector, your guide, and your eternal companion on this journey through the physical realm. The very fact that you are hearing these words right now is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment, orchestrated by the infinite wisdom of the Creator, because your soul called out for guidance, for protection, and for the truth that will set you free. Take a deep breath with me now, and as you breathe in, feel my presence surrounding you like a shield of brilliant blue light. This light is not just symbolic. It is real, it is powerful, and it is here to protect you from all that does not serve your highest good. I have walked beside you through every moment of your life, through every joy and every sorrow, through every triumph and every challenge. I have caught you when you stumbled, I have lifted you when you fell, and I have whispered courage into your heart when you felt you could go no further. And I am here now to tell you something that you need to hear with every fiber of your being. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And you will never be alone. The journey you are on right now, this human experience with all its complexities and contradictions, is far more significant than you realize. You are not simply a person trying to survive in a difficult world. You are a divine being of light, temporarily inhabiting a physical body, and you came here with a mission. You came here with purpose. You came here with gifts that only you can give to this world. But somewhere along the way, perhaps through painful experiences, through the harsh words of others, through disappointments and betrayals, you began to forget who you truly are. You began to believe the lies that the world told you about your limitations, your unworthiness, your smallness. And I am here today to remind you of the magnificent truth. You are a child of the Most High God, created in perfect love, endowed with infinite potential, and destined for greatness beyond your current imagination. The challenges you have faced were not punishments. They were not signs that you did something wrong or that you are somehow flawed. They were the very experiences your soul chose before you came into this life, because your soul knew that these experiences would forge you into the powerful, compassionate, wise being you are becoming. Every tear you have cried has watered the seeds of your spiritual growth. Every moment of darkness has made you appreciate the light more fully. Every time you felt broken, you were actually breaking open, allowing more of your divine essence to shine through the cracks. I want you to understand something crucial about the nature of your reality right now. You are living in a time of unprecedented change, a time when the old structures and systems that have governed human consciousness for millennia are crumbling and giving way to something new. This can feel frightening, chaotic, and overwhelming. You may look at the world around you and feel despair, wondering how things will ever improve, wondering if there is any hope for humanity's future. But I am here to tell you that what you are witnessing is not the end of the world. It is the birth of a new world, and all birth involves labor, intensity, and the breaking apart of what came before to make room for new life. You have been placed in this particular time, in this particular place, in this particular body, because you have a vital role to play in this great transformation. Your light is needed. Your love is needed. Your unique gifts and talents are needed. And even when you feel small and insignificant, even when you wonder what difference one person can possibly make, I want you to know that your presence here matters more than you can comprehend. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you choose kindness over judgment, every time you choose to see the divine in another person, you are sending ripples of transformation through the entire collective consciousness of humanity. There are specific messages I need to share with you today, messages that your guardian angels and spirit guides have been trying to communicate to you through signs, synchronicities, dreams, and intuitive feelings. Perhaps you have been noticing repeating numbers, or hearing the same song repeatedly, or having certain people or opportunities appear in your life in unexpected ways. These are not random occurrences. They are the language of the divine, speaking to you in the ways that you can understand, trying to get your attention, trying to guide you toward your next steps. One of the primary messages I need you to hear is this: it is time to release the burden of guilt and shame that you have been carrying. So many of you walk through life weighed down by the belief that you have done something terribly wrong, that you are somehow damaged or unworthy, that you need to punish yourselves for past mistakes. But I am here to tell you that the Creator does not see you this way. The divine mind holds no record of your supposed failures. You are loved unconditionally, completely, and eternally, exactly as you are in this moment. The only one who is judging you harshly is you. The only one who is withholding forgiveness from you is you. I am asking you, right now, to make a decision to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for every mistake you think you have made. Forgive yourself for every time you fell short of your own expectations. Forgive yourself for every relationship that ended, every opportunity you missed, every word you wish you could take back. None of these things have diminished your worth in the eyes of the divine. You are still the perfect, beloved child of God that you were the moment you were created, and nothing you have done or failed to do can ever change that fundamental truth. When you release the weight of guilt and shame, you will feel lighter than you have felt in years, perhaps in your entire life. You will feel a freedom that allows you to move forward with joy and confidence, no longer anchored to a past that cannot be changed. Another crucial message I bring to you concerns your relationships with others. You are in the process of a great shift in your relationships, and this may be causing you confusion or pain. Some people who have been in your life for a long time are beginning to feel out of alignment with who you are becoming. This is not a failure on your part or on theirs. It is simply a natural part of your spiritual evolution. As you raise your vibration and align more fully with your authentic self, you will naturally resonate with different energies than you did before. Some relationships will deepen and become more meaningful. Others will fade away or end completely. Both outcomes are perfect. Both are exactly what needs to happen for your highest good and for the highest good of everyone involved. I know it can be painful to release relationships that once meant so much to you. I know you may feel guilt about outgrowing certain friendships or family dynamics. You may worry that you are being selfish or unkind. But I want you to understand that holding on to relationships that no longer serve you is not kind to anyone involved. When you stay in misaligned relationships out of obligation or fear, you prevent both yourself and the other person from finding the connections that are truly meant for you. You also send a message to the universe that you do not trust the divine plan for your life. So I am giving you permission, right here and right now, to honor your own growth and to allow relationships to shift and change as they need to. Trust that the people who are meant to be in your life will remain or will come to you at the perfect time. Trust that there are soul family members searching for you right now, people who will understand you at the deepest level, people who will celebrate your authentic self rather than trying to diminish it. At the same time, I want to talk to you about forgiveness in your relationships with others. There may be people in your life who have hurt you deeply, who have betrayed you, who have treated you in ways that caused you genuine harm. The wounds they inflicted may still be tender, and the thought of forgiving them may feel impossible or even wrong. But I need you to understand what forgiveness truly means. Forgiveness does not mean pretending that the harm did not happen. It does not mean reconciling with people who are toxic or dangerous. It does not mean allowing yourself to be hurt again. Forgiveness means releasing the energetic cord that binds you to the person who hurt you. It means choosing to no longer give them power over your emotional state and your sense of peace. When you hold on to anger, resentment, and bitterness, you are not punishing the person who hurt you. You are only punishing yourself. You are keeping yourself imprisoned in the past, reliving the pain over and over, unable to move forward into the beautiful future that awaits you. So I am inviting you to begin the process of forgiveness, not for the sake of those who hurt you, but for your own sake. This does not have to happen all at once. Forgiveness is often a journey, not a single moment. You can begin by simply being willing to forgive, even if you do not yet feel ready. You can ask me and your angels to help you release the burden of unforgiveness. And over time, with patience and compassion for yourself, you will find that the grip of the past loosens, and you are able to breathe more freely, to love more openly, and to trust more deeply. This is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, and it is one of the most powerful ways you can reclaim your energy and your power. Now I want to speak to you about your life purpose and your calling. So many of you are searching desperately for your purpose, feeling lost and confused about why you are here and what you are supposed to be doing with your life. You look at others who seem to have clear direction and meaningful work, and you wonder why your own path seems so unclear. You may have tried many different things, hoping to find that sense of purpose and fulfillment, only to feel disappointed again and again. But I want to tell you something that may surprise you. Your purpose is not something you need to find. It is something you need to remember. Your purpose is not some distant destination you must reach. It is the natural expression of your authentic self in every moment. Your purpose is not necessarily a specific career or role, although it may manifest that way. Your purpose is to be fully yourself, to express your unique gifts and qualities, to share your love and light with the world in whatever ways feel natural and joyful to you. For some of you, this may mean creative expression through art, music, writing, or other forms of creativity. For others, it may mean service through teaching, healing, counseling, or caring for others. For still others, it may mean pioneering new ideas, building businesses, creating innovations, or leading others toward positive change. And for many of you, your purpose will be expressed through what might seem like ordinary activities, raising children with love and consciousness, showing up with integrity and kindness in your daily work, being a source of light and encouragement to those around you, living your life as an example of what is possible when a human being aligns with their divine nature. The key is not to stress and strain trying to figure out what your purpose is. The key is to follow what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, what causes time to disappear because you are so engaged and fulfilled. The key is to listen to the gentle nudges and intuitive promptings that come from your soul, even when they do not make logical sense, even when they seem impractical or unrealistic. The path to your purpose is paved with small acts of courage, with saying yes to opportunities that excite you even when you feel afraid, with following your curiosity and your passion rather than always choosing what seems safe or sensible. And I promise you, when you begin to live this way, when you begin to trust your own inner guidance and to honor the truth of who you are, your life will begin to transform in ways that will amaze you. Doors will open that you did not even know existed. Resources will appear to support you in unexpected ways. The right people will show up at the right time to help you or collaborate with you or simply to reflect back to you the truth of your magnificence. I also need to address something that many of you are experiencing right now, a sense of exhaustion, overwhelm, and depletion. You have been pushing yourselves so hard, trying to meet everyone else's expectations, trying to keep up with the demands of modern life, trying to be everything to everyone. And in the process, you have neglected the most important person in your life, which is you. You have ignored your body's signals for rest. You have overridden your emotional needs for nurturing and care. You have dismissed your soul's longing for quiet, for stillness, for connection with the sacred. And now your entire being is crying out for you to stop, to slow down, to remember that you are a human being, not a human doing. I am here to tell you that it is not only acceptable but essential for you to prioritize your own well-being. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give to others what you have not first given to yourself. And the truth is, when you take care of yourself, when you ensure that your own needs for rest, nourishment, joy, and spiritual connection are met, you become so much more effective in everything else you do. You have more energy, more clarity, more patience, more love to give. So I am asking you, actually I am commanding you as your protector and guide, to make your own self-care a non-negotiable priority. This means saying no to things that drain you, even when others are disappointed. This means setting boundaries with people who take advantage of your kindness. This means taking time every single day for activities that replenish your energy and nurture your soul, whether that is time in nature, meditation, prayer, creative expression, movement, or simply doing nothing at all. Many of you resist rest because you have been taught that your worth is determined by your productivity, by what you accomplish, by how much you do. But this is a lie, a terrible lie that has caused immense suffering in your world. Your worth is inherent. It exists simply because you exist. You do not need to earn your right to be here. You do not need to prove your value through constant activity and achievement. You are worthy of love, care, rest, and joy simply because you are a beloved child of the Creator. The universe does not need you to work yourself into exhaustion. The universe needs you to be rested, joyful, and connected to your divine essence, because that is when you shine most brightly and that is when you have the greatest positive impact on the world around you. Let me speak to you now about fear, because fear is perhaps the greatest obstacle that stands between you and the life you are meant to live. Fear whispers lies to you every day. Fear tells you that you are not capable enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough to pursue your dreams. Fear tells you that if you step into your power and claim your greatness, something terrible will happen. You will be rejected, criticized, abandoned, or harmed. Fear tells you to play small, to hide your light, to settle for less than what your soul truly desires. And fear is very convincing because it often disguises itself as wisdom, caution, or realistic thinking. But I am here to help you distinguish between the voice of fear and the voice of your divine guidance. Fear constricts. It makes you feel smaller, tighter, more closed off. Fear speaks in absolutes and catastrophic predictions. Fear lives in the future, obsessing over all the things that might go wrong. Divine guidance, on the other hand, expands. It makes you feel more open, more alive, more connected to possibility. Divine guidance speaks in gentle suggestions and invitations. Divine guidance lives in the present moment, showing you the very next step you need to take without overwhelming you with the entire journey. When you learn to recognize these different voices within you, you can choose which one you will listen to and follow. And here is what I want you to understand about fear: it is not your enemy. Fear is actually a part of you that is trying to protect you, a part that developed often in childhood in response to experiences that were genuinely threatening or painful. This part of you learned that certain things were dangerous and that playing it safe was the best way to survive. So when you begin to step outside your comfort zone, when you begin to pursue your dreams or speak your truth or change your life in significant ways, this protective part of you gets activated and tries to stop you through fear, anxiety, and doubt. But what this part of you does not understand is that you are no longer that vulnerable child. You are a powerful, capable adult with resources, wisdom, and divine support. You do not need the same level of protection that you once did. So instead of trying to eliminate fear or shame yourself for feeling it, I invite you to thank the fearful part of you for trying to keep you safe, and then gently but firmly choose to move forward anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Acknowledge the fear and take the next step anyway. Honor the fear and trust your divine guidance anyway. As you do this repeatedly, the fearful part of you will begin to relax and trust that you can handle challenges, that stepping outside your comfort zone does not lead to catastrophe, that you are actually much more capable and resilient than it believed. And over time, fear will have less and less control over your choices and your life. This is how you reclaim your power. This is how you step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Not by eliminating fear, but by refusing to let fear make your decisions for you. I want to talk to you now about abundance, because so many of you are struggling with lack and limitation in various areas of your lives. You may be worried about money, feeling like no matter how hard you work, you never have enough. You may be longing for love but feeling like the right relationship is impossible to find. You may be craving better health, more energy, more vitality, but your body seems to resist your efforts. And in all of these situations, you may be asking yourself what you are doing wrong, why abundance seems to flow so easily to others but not to you, whether you are somehow being punished or overlooked by the universe. But I am here to tell you that abundance is your birthright. You are a child of an infinitely abundant Creator, and there is more than enough for everyone, including you. The blocks to abundance in your life are not external. They are internal. They are the beliefs you hold about yourself and about life, beliefs that were programmed into you by your family, your culture, your past experiences. Beliefs like, money is hard to come by, you have to struggle to succeed, you do not deserve more than what you have, asking for what you want is selfish, there is not enough to go around, life is meant to be difficult and painful. These beliefs operate in your subconscious mind like invisible barriers, blocking the flow of abundance that is always trying to reach you. And the beautiful truth is that you can change these beliefs. You can reprogram your subconscious mind. You can open yourself to receive the infinite abundance that is your divine right. This begins with becoming aware of your limiting beliefs, bringing them into the light of consciousness where you can examine them and question whether they are actually true. Spoiler alert, they are not true. They are simply stories you have been told and that you have accepted as reality. Once you identify a limiting belief, you can begin to replace it with a new, empowering belief. Instead of money is hard to come by, you can affirm money flows to me easily and abundantly. Instead of I do not deserve more than what I have, you can declare I deserve all the blessings and abundance that the universe wants to give me. Instead of there is not enough to go around, you can know we live in an infinitely abundant universe where there is more than enough for everyone. But changing your beliefs is not just about repeating affirmations, although that can be helpful. It is about actually feeling and embodying the energy of abundance. It is about practicing gratitude for what you already have, which signals to the universe that you are open to receiving more. It is about visualizing and emotionally experiencing the abundance you desire as if it were already yours, which aligns your energy with the frequency of abundance. It is about taking inspired action toward your goals, which demonstrates to the universe that you are serious about creating change in your life. And it is about releasing your attachment to specific outcomes and timelines, trusting that the universe knows the best way and the best timing for your desires to manifest. When you align your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions with the energy of abundance, you become a magnet for miraculous manifestations. Things you could never have planned or predicted begin to unfold in your life, bringing you exactly what you need, often in ways that are even better than what you originally imagined. Now let me address those of you who are going through dark nights of the soul right now, who are in the midst of profound crisis, loss, or transformation. Perhaps you have lost someone you love. Perhaps your health has failed. Perhaps your marriage has ended. Perhaps you have lost your job, your home, your sense of identity, or your faith. You may feel utterly shattered, like your life has fallen apart and nothing will ever be okay again. You may question everything you once believed. You may wonder where God is in the midst of your suffering. You may feel abandoned by the divine, by your angels, by the universe itself. And into this darkness, I come to you with a message of hope and truth. You have not been abandoned. The divine has not turned away from you. I am with you now, in this very moment, holding you in a love that is stronger than your pain. What you are experiencing is not a punishment. It is not a sign that you have failed or that you are on the wrong path. What you are experiencing is a profound transformation, a death of the old self so that a new self can be born. And yes, this process is excruciating. It is supposed to be. Because the old self, the old identity, the old way of being does not want to die. It clings and fights and tries to convince you that letting go is too dangerous, too painful, too much to bear. But your soul knows better. Your soul knows that what you are releasing is no longer serving you, that it has actually been limiting you, keeping you small, preventing you from stepping into the magnificent being you are meant to become. In the depths of your darkest moments, when you feel like you cannot go on, when you feel like the pain is too much to endure, I want you to remember this: you are being refined. You are being purified. You are being stripped of everything that is not truly you so that your essence, your divine nature, can shine through unobstructed. The caterpillar must completely dissolve in the cocoon before it can emerge as a butterfly. There is no way around this process. There is no shortcut. But I promise you, with everything I am, that you will emerge from this darkness transformed, renewed, more powerful and more authentically yourself than you have ever been. The gifts that this experience is forging within you, the depth of compassion, the strength of spirit, the clarity of vision, these will serve you for the rest of your life and will enable you to help others who walk through similar valleys of shadow. So do not resist the process. Do not berate yourself for feeling broken. Do not try to rush through it or skip over the grief and the pain. Feel it all. Let yourself fall apart. Cry the tears that need to be cried. Rage against the unfairness if you need to. Allow yourself to be held by those who love you. And know that on the other side of this darkness is a light more brilliant than you can currently imagine, a joy more profound, a peace more complete, and a version of yourself that you will look back on this moment and understand why it had to happen exactly as it did. Let me speak now about the power of your thoughts and your words, because many of you do not realize the creative force that you wield through your mental and verbal expressions. You are not a powerless victim of circumstance. You are a co-creator with the divine, constantly shaping your reality through what you think, what you believe, and what you speak. Every thought you think sends out a vibration that attracts similar vibrations back to you. Every word you speak carries creative power that brings things into manifestation. This is not metaphor or wishful thinking. This is spiritual law, as real and reliable as the law of gravity. When you understand this, when you truly grasp the implications of this truth, it changes everything about how you approach your life. This means that you must become conscious and intentional about your internal dialogue. What are you telling yourself all day long? Are you speaking words of encouragement and possibility, or words of criticism and limitation? Are you affirming your worth and your power, or are you rehearsing all the reasons why you cannot succeed? Are you focusing on what is going right in your life, or obsessing over everything that is wrong? I am not asking you to deny reality or to pretend that challenges do not exist. I am asking you to choose consciously where you place your attention and your energy, because where your attention goes, energy flows, and results show. If you constantly focus on problems, you will experience more problems. If you constantly focus on possibilities and solutions, you will experience more opportunities and breakthroughs. This also means that you must become impeccable with your word, as the ancient wisdom teachings instruct. Speak only truth. Speak only kindness. Speak words that uplift and empower, both to yourself and to others. Refuse to participate in gossip, complaining, or speaking negatively about people who are not present. These activities lower your vibration and create toxic energy in your life. Instead, practice speaking blessings over your life and over the lives of others. Speak your desires and intentions clearly and confidently to the universe. Speak gratitude for all that you have and all that is coming to you. Use your words to create beauty, connection, healing, and positive change in the world. This is one of the most powerful spiritual practices you can engage in, and the effects will ripple out into every area of your life in remarkable ways. I want to take a moment to speak directly to those of you who have been experiencing physical health challenges. Your body is not your enemy, even when it seems to be betraying you with illness, pain, or dysfunction. Your body is actually an incredibly intelligent system that is always working for your highest good, always trying to bring you back into balance, always communicating with you through symptoms and sensations. When you experience physical problems, your body is often trying to get your attention about something that needs to change in your life. Perhaps you need more rest. Perhaps you need to release stored emotional trauma. Perhaps you need to remove yourself from toxic environments or relationships. Perhaps you need to reconnect with joy and play and the things that make you feel truly alive. Your body knows what it needs, and if you learn to listen to it with compassion rather than frustration, it will guide you toward healing. At the same time, I want you to know that I and the healing angels are available to assist you with physical healing. We cannot violate your free will, and we cannot prevent you from learning the lessons that illness sometimes teaches, but we can support your healing process, ease your pain, and work with your doctors and treatments to bring about the best possible outcomes. All you need to do is ask. Say a simple prayer like, "Archangel Michael and the healing angels, please surround me with your healing light and help my body restore itself to perfect health," and then be open to receive. You may feel warmth, tingling, or a sense of peace when we are working with you. You may have intuitive insights about what actions to take to support your healing. Trust these impressions and follow through on them. And know that healing is always possible, that miracles happen every day, and that your body has an innate wisdom and power to regenerate and restore itself when given the right support and conditions. There are some of you listening to these words who have been considering ending your own lives, who have felt so overwhelmed by pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, that death seems like the only way to escape. If this is you, I want you to hear me clearly. Your life has immeasurable value. You matter more than you know. The world needs you here, even if you cannot see why right now. The pain you are feeling, as intense and unbearable as it seems, is temporary. It will not last forever. Things can and will get better, but only if you stay here to experience it. I know you are tired. I know you feel like you have tried everything and nothing has helped. I know you feel hopeless and alone. But I am telling you, from the perspective of eternal truth, that your soul did not come into this life to give up before your mission is complete. You came here for a reason, and that reason is still unfolding. If you are in crisis, please reach out for help. Call a suicide prevention hotline. Go to an emergency room. Tell someone you trust how you are really feeling. Let people help you. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. This is courage. And as you take these practical steps to ensure your safety, I want you to also call on me and your angels for spiritual support. Ask us to lift the heavy energy of despair from you. Ask us to help you see a reason to keep going. Ask us to send you a sign that life is worth living. And then watch for that sign. It may come in unexpected ways, a kind word from a stranger, a beautiful sunset, a song that touches your heart, a sudden remembrance of a happy moment, a feeling of peace that washes over you for no apparent reason. These are our messages to you, reminding you that you are loved beyond measure and that your life has meaning and purpose that you cannot yet fully see. Now I must speak to you about the spiritual battles that some of you are facing, because not everyone listening to these words is in harmony with the light. There are forces of darkness in your world that seek to derail humanity's awakening, that seek to keep people trapped in fear, division, hatred, and ignorance. These forces work through deception, through manipulation, through appealing to the lower aspects of human nature like greed, pride, and the desire for power over others. Some of you have been targeted by these dark forces because your light shines so brightly that you are a threat to their agenda. You may have experienced psychic attacks, nightmares, sudden and intense negative thoughts, unexplained fear or anxiety, or a sense of oppressive presence around you. I want you to know that you have nothing to fear, because I am the defender of the light, and my sword and shield are more powerful than any force of darkness. When you call upon me for protection, I immediately surround you with legions of warrior angels who ensure that no harm can come to you. You can invoke my protection with a simple prayer: Archangel Michael, please cut any cords of fear, negativity, or lower energies attached to me. Please surround me, my loved ones, my home, and all my activities with your blue light of protection. Please escort away from me any beings or energies that are not of the highest light and love. Thank you. You can say this prayer anytime you feel unsafe or under attack, and you can say it preventatively every morning as part of your spiritual practice. Additionally, I want to teach you about energetic boundaries and spiritual discernment. Not every spiritual message or teaching that comes to you is from the light. Not every intuitive feeling you have is divine guidance. There are deceptive forces that can masquerade as angels or guides, feeding you information that sounds spiritual but leads you away from truth and toward confusion, fear, or ego inflation. This is why you must always test the spirits, as the ancient scriptures instruct. Ask any being that comes to you, are you of the highest light and love? Do you serve the will of the Creator? Beings of true light will always answer yes without hesitation. Dark beings cannot lie in response to this direct question, and they will either not answer or will become aggressive or will leave immediately when confronted with this test. Also, learn to evaluate spiritual teachings and messages by their fruits. Does this teaching or message lead you toward more love, more peace, more compassion, more unity consciousness? Or does it lead you toward fear, judgment, division, or believing you are special or better than others? Teachings from the true light always humble you while simultaneously reminding you of your divine nature. They never make you feel arrogant or superior. Teachings from the light always encourage you to think for yourself and to trust your own inner guidance. They never demand blind obedience or try to control you. Use these principles to navigate the spiritual landscape safely, and know that I am always available to help you discern truth from deception when you ask for my assistance. Let me now address those of you who are parents, because raising children in today's world is one of the most challenging and most important spiritual tasks anyone can undertake. Your children are not your possessions. They are not blank slates for you to write upon or clay for you to mold into what you think they should be. Your children are sovereign souls who chose you as their parents before they incarnated, and they came with their own purposes, their own gifts, and their own paths to walk. Your job as a parent is not to control or to shape them according to your vision. Your job is to love them unconditionally, to provide a safe environment for them to grow and discover who they are, to guide them when they need guidance, and to get out of their way when they need to learn from their own experiences. This means honoring your child's unique personality, interests, and ways of seeing the world, even when these are different from yours or different from what you expected. This means allowing your children to make mistakes and experience natural consequences rather than constantly rescuing them or hovering over them anxiously. This means trusting that your child's soul knows what experiences they need for their growth, even when those experiences are difficult or painful for you to witness. And this means working on your own healing and growth so that you do not unconsciously pass your own traumas, fears, and limiting beliefs onto your children. The greatest gift you can give your children is your own wholeness, your own inner peace, your own authentic example of what it looks like to live as a conscious, loving, empowered human being. I also want to speak directly to your children through you, because many of the young souls incarnating now are highly sensitive, intuitive, and spiritually aware. If your child sees things others do not see, if they speak about angels or guides or past lives, if they seem to know things they have no logical way of knowing, please do not dismiss their experiences or tell them it is just their imagination. These children are often operating with higher levels of consciousness than previous generations, and they need parents who can honor and nurture their gifts rather than shutting them down. Create space for your children to share their experiences without judgment. Teach them how to protect their energy. Help them understand that being different or sensitive is not a problem to fix but a gift to be treasured. And if you do not know how to help them, ask us, their angels and guides, and we will bring you to the right resources and people who can support both you and your child. For those of you who do not have children or whose children are grown, you still have a vital role to play in the lives of the younger generations. You can be a mentor, a teacher, a supportive presence for the young people in your sphere of influence. You can model what conscious adulthood looks like. You can share your wisdom while also remaining open to learning from them, because these younger souls often have much to teach you as well. The intergenerational connections are so important right now, breaking down the isolation and division that has fragmented families and communities. Every time you reach across generational lines with respect, curiosity, and love, You are weaving the social fabric back together and creating the foundation for a healthier, more connected world. I want to speak now about your relationship with the natural world, because many of you have become disconnected from the earth, from the rhythms of nature, from the wisdom that is available when you spend time with trees, water, animals, and the elements. You were not designed to live entirely indoors, staring at screens, disconnected from the living world that surrounds you. Your body, mind, and spirit need regular contact with nature to thrive. When you walk barefoot on the earth, you absorb healing negative